Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 106. I hope you're all having a great day on this last weekend of July, and we do have a stellar show planned for you, so thanks for tuning in. In a moment from now, we'll learn about the world's first self-cleaning and self-changing trash can. After that, we'll chat about a new smartwatch for kids. It's called dokiPal, and how it might be the peace of mind many parents are looking for. And finally, we'll go from kids to seniors as we talk with Hero Health about smart medication dispensers. All right, let's kick things off on this week's Tech It Out. Smart home products are enjoying explosive growth, double-digit growth, in fact, year over year for devices like Wi-Fi thermostats and video surveillance cameras and smart speakers and so on. But what about smart trash cans? Say what? That's right. To learn about a new product called townew, the world's first self-sealing and self-changing trash can, we're joined on the line by Jordan Pan. He is from townew. Welcome to the show, Jordan.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me here.
I'm really intrigued by this product, which thank you for sending it to me. I haven't yet opened the box. I just got it. But let's start right from the top. What is the townew high-tech trash can?
Yeah, it's just like you said, the townew trash can is actually the first trash can on the market today that actually automatically seal the trash bag and then change the trash bag for you. You don't have to do it yourself.
Okay, so it looks like a regular trash can, a little bit even more high-tech, if you will. So it's something that you may have in your kitchen or a home office or something. And inside, there's a mechanism that will close the bag for you and seal it. Is that the idea?
Right. Inside, there's a mechanism that will actually seal the bag, use the thermoplastic, use the heat, seal the bag for you once it's full. And then once the bag is sealed, and then the townew will actually automatically open up the lid, let you know that the bag is neatly sealed and ready to take out. Once you take out the bag, and there's a sensor inside the townew trash can, it will automatically detect that. And then it automatically closes itself and then install nice liner for you. So you don't have to do anything. So basically just grab seal the bag and toss it away. That's it.
Wow. Okay. So it's been said that the best technology solves a problem. So what was wrong with our old way of using a trash can?
But I wouldn't say anything wrong with our current regular trash can. It's been there, it works, but there are definitely a lot of places can be improved. Like say trash.
People don't want to touch it, I guess. And
exactly. It just smells, it's sticky build up and that kind of stuff. And then yeah, if for most people, if you could avoid that, then don't want touching it, then you don't have to. So it's townew. So basically, is actually minimize your contact, even eye contact with the grossiness of the trash. So and then it's not a technology to design to actually change the world and clean up your whole life, but it does actually make the tedious trash chore a lot easier and cleaner, and it makes it a little less messy even on a good day. So
yeah,
the way I was saying that there's a lot of technology there to address something called pinpoint. It's the stuff that you need to have to fixing current problem. But for townew, I would rather at least for average people, I would rather to describe that as technology is actually to address a ticklish point, which is you don't have to have it, but once you start to get to use it, it's harder for you to actually come back to the old way to deal with.
I like that. So I've seen trash cans that open when you walk up to them and you wave maybe your hand near a sensor.
Yes, it is. It is a kind of like an add-on or standard features for townew. But the IR sensor enabled trash can allow you to wave your hand to open and close the lid. It's great, but townew has that, but it's not our core invention and technology.
Yeah, I'm just suggesting guessing that this is kind of the evolution of how technology is changing, even something like a trash can. That a few years ago, we started to see these lids that open up by themselves when you get close to it, so you don't have to touch the lid, especially if your hands are holding something that you want to throw out. And then now, for the first time, as you're telling us, the world's first self-sealing and self-changing trash can brings it to a whole other level. You know what's funny, Jordan, on a related note, I know that last year, the Roomba floor vacuuming robot came out with a model, the i7 Plus, that for the first time, not only will that circular robotic vacuum cleaner drive itself back to the base to charge up, but it empties the dustpan into a second vacuum cleaner that's inside of that charging station plugged into the wall, so that it minimizes how much you have to open up the bottom of the vacuum cleaner and then maybe get dust in the air, or similar pain point perhaps, which is interesting. So without getting too technical, you talked about an IR, infrared sensor. So are there several sensors inside that know when it's full and then will self-seal, or do you have an app that says, okay, I want to seal the bag now?
Right. Well, there's actually separate sensors inside townew trash can, but it's not detect the fullness of the trash bag. So to seal the trash bag, you actually have to press the front button on the trash can.
Got it.
For a couple seconds. The reason we're actually thinking about when we're designing this product, and then we're debating on whether we need to have another sensor to automatically detect the fullness and then seal the trash bag, or just having this simple press button. Then I think the current design prevail win. The reason is that because sometimes the townew trash can, the sealing technology is actually designed for prevent bad odors and leakage, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So sometimes if you have particular litter, like the cat litter or something really bad, you want to seal right away. You don't want to wait until the trash can notice that.
I understand that.
You don't have to install any app. You don't have to configure to connect the townew to Wi-Fi. It doesn't talk to Google Home. It doesn't talk to Alexa. And there's a reason for it. And we came from LT consumer electronic background. Actually, for us, if we could, we want to stuff all the technology into one product. But we actually had a huge debate on this. Do we want to make the product or townew, we call it even smarter, or it's just that then we come back to the truth that you adding technology to a product is you wanted to add a value, not just adding the complications for no reason. And then plus, this is a trash can. It tend to be used for everyone. That we don't want it to having artificial technology bar to reach so high and then kind of scare people from using it. Yeah, and then the choices are, you don't need all of this.
Got it.
So so there's no app, there's no configurations. It works out of box, and then a single touch, then it will just do all his job by himself.
We're chatting with Jordan Pan from townew. They are the makers of the first self-sealing and self-changing trash can. It's currently an Indiegogo campaign, which we'll chat about in a moment. Since this is radio, Jordan, what does townew look like, and how big is the trash can?
Well, this is our first model. The trash can is the size. The capacity is a 4-gallon or 15.5 liters. It's about 16 inch in height.
Right.
It's more like square or rectangle shape with rounded edge, and then. I'm pretty bad with describing things in words.
No, that's great. It's about right. It's not a huge. We should just say it's not a huge trash can.
It's not a huge trash can, and then in terms of the design, it's actually it's a modern and sleek design, and then it actually fits in. It's not like a regular trash can that you want to hide it, but this trash can is actually. It fits in any decor in your home. It goes in any room without any problem.
Got it.
And then also it comes in with 2 colors right now. It's white and then teal green. So if you go onto the website hellotownew.com, you can actually there's a lot of images there.
All right, hellotownew.com, TOWNEW. Does it plug into the wall or use a battery? And if it does use a battery, since I'm assuming it needs power because it closes,
right,
how long does that battery last before you need to charge it up again?
Sure, Mark. I think that's very good questions. Townew comes in with the batteries, and it works both ways. You can leave it plugged in all the time, and then or you can charge it and then go cordless. A full charge will take about 10 hours, and then one full charge, the battery will last for about a month.
Right, for just regular use, I guess, right?
For just regular use. I mean, on a daily basis, that's fine.
Okay, Jordan, so how much does townew cost, and where can we learn more about it? We were saying earlier it's an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign.
The suggested retail price that we're working on is going to be $120 US, but right now we are launch our campaign on Indiegogo. From Indiegogo's site, if you search townew, TOWNEW, then you will find the project. We're doing up to 60% off on the campaign, so it's work out about like $70. You can go to that Indiegogo campaign site to find out more details.
Terrific, Jordan. Thank you very much. And good luck with this Indiegogo campaign. Have a great summer. Thanks, Jordan.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Tech It Out is powered by ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and more. Visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out. Stay with us.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Smartwatches are super popular as they can serve as a fitness tracker for seeing notifications like texts and emails and calls. There's real-time maps and directions. They're used for making payments at retail and so on and so forth. But what about wearable tech like this for kids? What's the appeal for them? And perhaps more importantly, for their parents? We're now going to learn about dokiPal with Casper Chin. He is the founder and CEO of Doki Technologies, on the line all the way from Hong Kong. Thank you for your time, Casper.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mark.
Sure. Now, before we talk about dokiPal, please tell us about Doki, the company. And for our listeners, it's spelled DOKI.
Sure. So we're actually a startup based in Hong Kong. We develop connected devices and IoT devices for children. And our flagship product is a smartwatch for kids. And as you mentioned, smartwatches for kids nowadays could do a lot of different things. You know, it's there's calling, there's messaging, there's video calling, which is a very unique feature of ours. And so it's very much a safety and communications device for kids. And, you know, our company, we're really focused on developing out all different types of devices for children. In addition to smartwatches, we definitely have been looking into other devices that are more suitable for children in terms of the technologies.
Yeah. What other products do you have for kids before we talk about the dokiPal?
Right. So we do have a smart headphone for kids as well. And this is actually a safe listening headphone whereby, you know, we control the decibel level of the sound so that it doesn't harm your kid's ear development.
Sure.
So that's one of the other products that we have. But primarily, we focus on the smartwatch and wearables for kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So with that in mind, talk to us about dokiPal. So it's DOKI. And it's like okie dokie. Is that kind of how it's pronounced? Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So the name sort of came about, with the catchphrase "okie dokie," right? So what we wanted to portray and convey is that everything's okay. We want parents to feel like their kids are safe, and we want kids to feel like things are all right? So it has that sort of connotation to it.
Yep.
And so yes, the name kind of kind of came about that way. But with regards to the device itself, dokiPal is our third generation of smartwatches, actually. So we've launched two previous watches. The first one was the dokiWatch, which we actually launched on Kickstarter back in 2016, and we raised over $400,000 on Kickstarter, which became at that point the highest funded wearable on the Kickstarter platform ever. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge success for us, and that kind of just brought us into the scene, and we became known as one of the leaders for smartwatches for kids. And then we launched the dokiWatch S in early 2018, and now with the dokiPal, which is our first ever 4G LTE smartwatch for kids. And there are a few new features that we've incorporated into the watch itself. Is one of which is the AI feature, which is basically very much like Alexa or Siri, where the AI will be able to answer questions. So what we've done is we've integrated the AI component into watch, where kids can ask curious questions. Kids these days are obviously very curious about their surroundings. So whether it's math questions, whether it's science questions, history questions, the AI will be able to answer it. So we position it as a educational feature on the watch. So this is obviously on top of all the key basic features that we already have: the geolocation tracking, there's the calling, there's also reminders and schedulers and so forth.
All right. So this AI or artificial intelligence that's integrated into the watch, like a personal assistant, is it built upon a platform that we're used to already, like Google Assistant, or I'm sure it's not Siri? That's obviously proprietary Apple technology. What is it?
Sure.
It's not Amazon Alexa. So is it Google based, or is this your own AI platform?
So this is actually a third-party partner that we've been working with, and the company is actually called KidSense, and they primarily focus on NLP, so natural language processing for specifically for kids. Okay. And they have a wide array of database in terms of the answer set and the what type of questions it will be able to respond to, right? So it will be able to easily recognize kids' voices, because as you know, with kids' voices at that young of an age, obviously different intonations and pronunciations of certain words may not be that clear, and so they have a huge data set with the NLP that is able to recognize the kids' voices much clearer. So it'll be able to recognize the voice and then translate that into a question, and then be able to scour the cloud and respond within the answer. So this is a solution that they've worked on, but we partner with them to become the first ever smartwatch for kids with an integrated AI feature. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's great. And tell us more about the 4G LTE connectivity. So I know some smartwatches offer this now. It's in North America, it's usually an extra few bucks a month, as much as $10 extra. And you get your same phone number that you have with your mobile phone, and you usually pay your provider for it. So some watches like Apple Watch and Samsung Gear Watch that may have this feature. Actually, when we return, I'll ask if the dokiPal smartwatch has this similar cellular feature, and if it works the same way as Apple Watch or perhaps a little differently. So please hold that thought. When we return, more with dokiPal. We'll be back shortly with more Tech It Out on the Radio America Network.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, powered by Western Digital and its super rugged G Technology branded Armor ATD portable hard drive. It's designed for those looking for a durable drive to bring on the go, especially for photographers and videographers and other content creators. Head over to g-technology.com for more. We're chatting with Casper Chin, founder and CEO of Doki Technologies, based in Hong Kong. Their new product is called dokiPal, which is a smartwatch for kids. Now, Now, before the break, we were comparing it to Apple Watch when it comes to cellular connectivity. So sort of serving like a phone without needing a nearby smartphone. Is this similar, or does yours actually take a SIM card inside?
Yeah, so a lot of people would ask this question. It is a cellular device, so you have to look at it as almost like a mobile phone or smartphone on your kid's wrist. So it does require a SIM card because everything runs on data, whether it's the calling, the messaging, the location tracking. So what we offer actually through Doki is, we would offer a Doki SIM that comes along with the watch, and all customers have to do is to log into our Doki app and then register and sign up for and activate the SIM directly through our app itself. So they can select different subscription plans on the app itself, and then you'll be able to activate the watch directly through that method, of just activating our Doki SIM that comes together with the watch. But, we kept it open in the sense that customers, if they want to be using it with their existing carriers, which, for example, whether they're on AT&T or T-Mobile in the U.S., you'll be able to just go to your carrier and get an additional SIM card and then plug it in, and you'll be able to use it. Yeah.
So I can see one of the big applications here, Casper, and you hinted at this earlier, is that parents can track where their kids are should they need to. So there's not much the watch can do without the 4G LTE connectivity, right? I mean, you could probably change the clock faces, but that's about it.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. So you could change the clock faces, and we do have Wi-Fi connectivity, so you could activate Wi-Fi, connected to Wi-Fi, but you basically then you'll only be able to use it maybe at home or places where there's a Wi-Fi connection.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Can you talk to us a bit more about the appeal for parents? I mean, I was asking about the tracking feature, which I can see being very appealing. So can the parents, maybe through an app on their mobile device or on a computer, see where their children are? And if so, is that through cellular? Is it through GPS or a combination of the two?
Yeah, so absolutely. What you would do as a parent is you would download our Doki app, and it's available both on in the App Store and Google Play Store. And what you would do is you would sync the app with the watch, right, and essentially it binds your app with the watch, and then you'll be able to communicate, monitor, and manage the watch directly through the Doki app. So whether it's location tracking, or calling the watch, or like messaging the watch, it's all done through Doki app. A lot of people ask, whether they could send a message from WhatsApp to the dokiPal watch. That's not possible. Everything is controlled through our Doki app. So parents will download our app, and essentially it almost acts like a WhatsApp, where it basically just communicates directly with the watch itself.
That's great. Before we wrap up and I ask you about pricing and availability, tell us a bit more, if you can, about the video calling function. You said that was one of your unique features compared to Apple Watch and the Samsung family of devices as well.
Yeah, so we actually launched the first ever smartwatch with video calling capability back in 2016 on Kickstarter, as I mentioned. And this has been a staple feature for us. It's our unique selling point, and what it is basically like FaceTime, where you will be able to video call the watch from our Doki app, and vice versa. The watch is able to call the app as well. So essentially, you'll be able to not only hear your kids through a call, but you'll be able to see them as well. So that adds a added sort of peace of mind for parents, and also because they can make sure the kids are exactly where they're supposed to be by seeing them. But it also adds a fun component to it, where if for example, simple use cases, dad is on a business trip somewhere, and he wants to video call his son, and you can directly just video call through our Doki app to the dokiPal smartwatch, right?
Does the watch also capture fitness information?
Yes, absolutely. So the fitness component of the watch is actually a very important part, we feel, because obesity is definitely an issue amongst a lot of kids these days. And so we definitely want to encourage kids to stay healthy and active. And the way we do it is we made it fun for kids, right? So, instead of really just showing how many steps they've taken or how many calories they burn. What we've done is we've gamified it. We've gamified it so that kids are encouraged to stay healthy, right? So they can compete with their friends, earn badges. They'll be able to also, there's actually a Doki Pet, which is basically a virtual pet like the Tamagotchi pet, right? Back in the days. Yeah. So the pet actually grows according to how active and how healthy your kids are. So that's adds a fun element to it. And so, it gives kids that encouragement to really just move more and then be more healthy.
Love it. It all sounds great. I haven't seen it yet in person, but this sounds like a great device for kids. So walk us through, please, the pricing for dokiPal. I don't know if there's just sort of one model, and what website we can learn more or even order the product from in North America.
Sure. So the price point of the dokiPal is actually $179. It retails for $179 US, and you can get it on our website at www.doki.com. That's www.doki.com. Right now, currently, it's just available through our website, but eventually, in the next month or so, we will also be on Amazon.
Oh, great. Okay. So doki.com, D-O-K-I. The name of the product is dokiPal. It's $179 US. Sounds like a great price for all of the features that you've walked us through. Thank you so much, Casper Chin, founder and CEO of Doki Technologies. I know it's late for you where you are, so thank you so much for carving out some time to chat with us.
No problem. Thanks a lot, Mark.
And good luck with dokiPal.
Thank you.
So what do you, our listeners, think about dokiPal, the idea behind this smartwatch and the price and its feature set? Hit me up on social media. On Twitter, I'm at Mark_Saltzman. That's Mark with a C, _SALTZMAN. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you want to email me for more private communication, you can do so at tech@marksaltzman.com. That's TECH@MARCSALTZMAN.com. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
You're listening to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network. Thanks for tuning in. Did you know that the number of Americans aged 65 and older is projected to more than double from today, 46 million today, to over 98 million by 2060? And so you're going to hear a lot more about the phrase aging in place, how we can help seniors live longer independently instead of having to go to an assisted living environment. Medication managers could be part of that solution. And so I invited onto the show a company called Hero that empowers caregivers and helps to solve the complex issue of medication management and adherence. We're joined by Cal Vapuri. He is the CEO and founder of Hero. Welcome to the show, Cal.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. So I touched on in my introduction, Cal, how big the seniors segment is today with baby boomers and how big it's going to get. So technology can really help them live longer at home, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's many aspects to seniors aging at home, and some of the many challenges range from personal management, so everything from hygiene to daily mobility, but also stretch into more medical needs like medication management, measurement of certain biometrics, things like blood pressure and blood glucose, etc. We invented Hero to serve folks along the lines of both medication management, but also tying that information and making it usable in the context of all of the other information you're tracking about yourself as you try to stay in the home.
Okay, got it. And I guess the issue is, especially with seniors who may be living with dementia of some sort, like Alzheimer's, is that they can either forget to take their medication if they don't have someone there or something reminding them, or they can take it twice because they perhaps forgot that they already took it. So pill management systems are one of the solutions. And as a journalist, by the way, as a tech writer, I've covered this space a lot, everything from putting sensors in doors and medicine cabinets and fridges that can tell a caregiver and a loved one, like if the person hasn't left their bedroom by a certain time, for example, or if they haven't opened the fridge fridge by a certain time, as well as things like cameras with consent, things like wearables, like pendants, like fall detection and blood pressure. So there's a lot of solutions, of which medication management is part of. So with that in mind then, Cal, please talk to us about Hero and what products you create.
Absolutely. So Hero, at the end of the day, is a end-to-end medication management solution. So what that basically means is we try to make medication management invisible in the home. So when we're doing our best for you, you're not really thinking about medication management at all. And so that's everything from sorting medication, dispensing it at the right times, providing notifications, reminders, and alerts, both to the user as well as the caregiver, if there are caregivers involved in the individual's care. We also have a program that we call Hero Fill, which is our partner pharmacy program, where Hero works to ensure that there's no gap days between refills for your medication, and that all of the payment information with your insurer is appropriate, so that there's no additional delays beyond the shipment of medication to your home. We also try to sync medication so that you're not receiving medications at many different times. The Hero system stores up to 90 days of medications, and it's up to 10 different medications. So once you actually set up Hero for the first time, we try to make it as close to a set it and forget it experience as possible.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, and they say the best technology is invisible. And especially when you're dealing with seniors who may wrestle a little with technology compared to, say, millennials, less is more. And the easier the interface and the easier the process, then the more success, no doubt, you'll find. And I think you've already touched on this, Cal. We're chatting, by the way, with Cal Vapuri, CEO and founder of Hero. How your products differ from other pill management systems. I've already heard a couple of things that you've mentioned that make it stand out from others like ePill and some other competitors. But is there one key differentiator you'd say?
So Hero's system does not require any configuration. Any solid oral dose medication can fit in the system. It stores up to 10 different types of medication, so it has 10 cartridges. Each cartridge stores up to 90 days worth of medication. And once the system is set up, which is a very simple process, takes less than 5 minutes. At that point, everything is fully automatic. So all the sorting is automatic, all of the dispensing is automatic. If you want to look at your historical information or any reporting, you can do that automatically in the app or through the web. All notifications, drug interaction alerts, reminders, etc. All of that is automated as well. And then finally, the integrated refills based on actual inventory data that we have in real time as well. So there's a number of different ways in which we're differentiated. I would say the primary is recognizing that there's no configuration required. There's complete automation of the sorting and dispensing. And then finally, we provide integration with refills for up to 90-day scripts.
We'll be back shortly with more Tech It Out when we continue our chat with Cal Vapuri, CEO and founder of a company called Hero Health, the makers of medication management systems designed primarily for seniors, but not exclusively, and certainly a need for this, given how many baby boomers there are, and for those who want to live at home longer, independently, without having to go to an assisted living environment like a retirement home or what have you. So tools like this, like these medication dispensers and alarms, can go a long way, especially for those who may suffer from dementia, such as Alzheimer's and other related issues. So keep your dial right here to continue our chat with Hero Health in a couple of moments. You are listening to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS. We'll be right back.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We are chatting with Cal Vapuri. He is the CEO and founder of Hero Health, the makers of medication management systems. When the person at home needs to be reminded that they need to take medication, is there a light flash? Is there an audible alarm, if you will? Will they get a notification on a phone or a smartwatch? What happens when it's time to take the pills? And I know it dispenses the right one at the right time, but how do you tell the person that it's time to take it?
It's all of the above, and it's highly configurable. But the status quo is that there's audible and visual alerts from the device itself. The volume can be adjusted. In addition, you can receive notifications through your app, through email, or even phone calls or SMS. We've spent the better part of almost 5 years testing the system to ensure that people not only used it, but also enjoyed using it. So there's a lot of nuance and experience that has gone in that process to create not just the default experience, but also the highly configurable access as well.
With Hero's line of medication management products, the companion app, is it more for the caregiver or for the person living at home?
So there's about 75 million individuals who have 2 or more chronic conditions in the United States today. The majority of them are seniors, but many of them are not. So we have a mix of users for the app product, and I would say that it's certainly not just for the caregiver. In fact, many of our members, whether they're seniors or not, use the app quite religiously, and part of it is because it's access to information that you never really had before, but also it gives you a sense of comfort because you can access drug information, you get notifications around drug interactions, you're told when you're running low on any particular medication or when a new HeroFill refill is on its way. So it's something that people have gotten to be very comfortable with, no matter how tech savvy you are.
Could the app tell a caregiver that the person did not take their medication, even though it was dispensed?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So if you dispense your medication and the cup that the medication is dispensed into is not removed and returned, then that would be a notification. Oh, cool. We spent a lot of time again as well ensuring that cycle was very clean and easy, and it's a very natural experience. So there's no special work required for that to happen.
All right, Cal. So finally, how much do the Hero medication management products start at, and where can we learn more?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the time. You can learn more about Hero at www.herohealth.com. Our system today is $399 upfront for the first year, inclusive of membership. Thereafter, it's $10 a month. That includes free shipping on all HeroFill reorders and refills. It also includes 24/7 customer service access and customer support access, as well as unlimited usage of caregiver notifications and app tools.
Okay, great. Cal Vapuri, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the success of Hero and for sharing the information with the audience. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate the time as well.
We're almost out of racetrack on today's Tech It Out, so thank you for tuning into the program. This show is powered by ASUS. Thank you for your continued support. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. I also want to acknowledge we have a new sponsor, Western Digital, and its super rugged G Technology branded Armor ATD portable hard drive. You got to see this thing. It's designed for those looking for a durable drive to bring on the go, especially for content creators like photographers and videographers, and even journalists like myself. I always back up my important files just in case something happens to my laptop, just in case it's stolen, lost, or damaged. And so I always have an external drive, and this one is super rugged. Again, it's from WD Western Digital. You can go to g-technology.com for more. Also, just a heads up that for the month of August and September, so beginning with next week's Tech It Out, we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff tied to hotels, courtesy of Hotels.com. So be sure to tune into Tech It Out every weekend in August and September if you get it on your local radio station. Otherwise, you can win through the podcast as well, and I'll also be talking about it on social media. As long as you live in the U.S., I believe it's continental U.S., but I'll double check before next weekend that you will be eligible to win some amazing prizes and gift cards and other goodies from Hotels.com. I use their app all the time, and I'll tell you why next weekend. It's tied to secret prices and an amazing loyalty program. Stay 10 nights, get one for free. We'll get to all of that next weekend on Tech It Out. So have a great rest of your last weekend of July. We'll speak to you next time on Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.